Welcome to Radiance and Rosé, the podcast about anti-aging, beauty, and lifestyle.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Radiance and Rosé with Joy
and Aaliyah.
Hey.
Check us out on IG and Facebook and subscribe on iTunes and Podbean.
Yeah, please do. And you look unbelievable today.
No, girl.
What'd you do? Your hair is like, you did your hair.
You know what?
What is going on?
I think it's time. We got to talk about daily regimen.
I think that's okay.
I think that's the time. So
yeah, I need to know.
And I need to know too. So I think we're going to start with you. What is your daily regimen? Now I'm talking about like you get up, you know, you're going to wash your face. Like, we don't have to talk about toothbrushing or anything else.
Right,
but
right.
You wash your face. Like, what are you doing face and body?
So there's a few things. So I think over the past year since we've known each other, we've known each other for a while now. But the point is that, right. Sheesh.
Like, it just went by so fast. It really did.
Time flies when you're having fun, right? So I noticed that, you know, with my pores, I started only washing my face with cold water. I don't even even in the shower, like I might let obviously hot water touches my face occasionally, but I never, I used to always wash my face in the shower and I stopped.
But doesn't the warm water open up your pores? Don't you want like the stuff to come out? Is that part of making them look smaller?
Yeah, I think so. When I go to the gym, I go to Equinox, right? And so I'll go in the steam room and I'll I'll use products in the steam room. I'll do serums, I'll do different things.
That's such a good idea.
While my pores are open. But when I'm done, so, you know, and obviously in the shower, my pores are open, but I think I have to close my pores. Like I have to do something because for how long? I was like complaining about pores.
I know.
And I noticed a huge difference when I stopped washing my face with hot water.
By the way, and sorry, not to sidebar, but have you looked at the Dr. Brandt pore line?
I have no. Which line is this?
Oh my God, he has like all these pores no more and pore extractor this
I've
and
seen that. I've always thought it was kind of gimmicky because when you go to I've actually gone to a dermatologist and complained about my pores and they're like, oh, it's just genetics. And my mom has, you know, pretty sizable pores, and so I just kind of checked it up to say
no, don't accept.
But that mask,
accept it.
I know that mask that we use when we go to events.
The Strivectin. Oh, Relaxin. Yeah.
Relaxin mask. Right. Now that completely, like that's like
shrinks
the pore obliterate. Like this, you can't see any pores when you use that mask.
Well, that's, I think, because it actually creates a fill layer on the top of your face.
Right.
And so it actually fills your pores.
I mean, you guys have to try the Relaxin mask. Literally, it lifts your face, and it also it creates such a beautiful kind of porcelain surface.
Yeah, and they come in these little packets, so they sell them in like packets of 10, and they're not cheap, but if you break it down on like a per pack basis, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And basically you have to take this packet and like warm it up between your hands and like rub it together, and then you smooth it on your face for like 5 minutes, and it turns into like a chalk almost.
Yeah.
And then you kind of rinse it off.
And then you rinse it off, but you don't use like any.
You don't soap.
You don't use like a paper. A hand towel.
Right.
You just let it dry.
You just let it dry, and then your face just kind of like pulls up. Like I gave it to my mom.
Yeah, no, it's
and my mom's. You know, I'm not going to say her age. She'd be so
mad.
But she's older, you know.
She's older than us.
She's older than us. And so I gave it to her, and, you know, she told me, she's like, I see the difference in my eyes. It pulls my face up. And it actually lasts for about 48 hours. So it's kind of good, like, if you're going to go on, like, a weekend vacay somewhere, if, like, you have a special event that night or a wedding or that sort of thing. It's a great kind of, like,
every time we go to any kind of, like, one of these galas, we, you know, it's like
relaxing ourselves.
I'm like, hey, I have relaxin.
Yeah, exactly. That is the first thing we ask each other.
Okay, so in terms of regimen, I wash my face with like just cold water. I'll do that, and then just in terms of like just makeup, making sure that, you know, it's a good surface to then start doing my serums and do a vitamin A serum and a vitamin C serum.
Wait, so cold water, no soap?
I use CeraVe.
Okay.
Right. So I just basic cleanser, just because I've had sensitive skin. Mm-hmm. So just a basic CeraVe, do that, and then I use a vitamin A and vitamin C serum. I use Inveron.
Okay.
It's a brand that Aesthetica MD Inglewood, New Jersey, recommended it. I've been using it ever since, and I'm pretty happy with the brand.
Yeah.
I have the serums, and I also have their toner. So
you
I do
tone
that.
first.
I don't tone in the morning. I tone at night.
Okay.
So yeah, just in terms of like so now I do the serum, and then I add a new moisturizer that I'm using now for spring summer as we go into that season, which is water based, Laneige. Using that, and then I'll let that kind of dry. I use an eye serum by Laneige as well. I use that as well, and then I let it dry a little bit, and then I start going into concealing. So I conceal first.
Does this have a SPF in it?
It does not. Oh, I'm sorry. So the SPF that I use is actually by Shiseido.
Okay.
And I mix the Shiseido SPF, which is I think it's like a SPF 45. It comes in like the little white bottle, and it's a water-based SPF because I can't use oil-based SPFs.
I have to show you this other SPF that I use.
I can't wait to see it.
It's a spray.
Oh, that sounds so easy.
It should theoretically be, an SPF should theoretically be the last thing you put on your face. It should be like your kind of seal, and you spray it on over your makeup. And it gives you kind of like a dewy glow, but then at the same time you have like your SPF, and you carry it in your bag and just spritz throughout the day. So you're like SPFing and kind of rehydrating.
I love. Okay, like that. Next time.
Yeah,
please.
I'll bring it.
Okay. All right. Great. So then I just apply makeup. So I put concealer. Concealer is like a must for me because I suffer from dark circles.
Which concealer?
I use, depending on the day. So today I have on a new product that Bobbi Brown came out with that's like just a full coverage concealer. And I think it came out within the last few months. And I like it. Do you like it?
Yeah. No, I think it looks really good.
Gathering. But it might be because I put a lot of moisturizer on under it. But we'll see. Anyway. Yeah. So I'm using that. So I conceal first. And then I use, depending on the day again, which foundation. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if I'm feeling like it's going to be like a really long day, I would do something more full coverage so I don't have to like go back in and reapply. Mm-hmm. So today I'm using the Bobbi Brown as well in a stick form. Okay. And then I do mascara, and today I'm using the Dior primer. Okay. And I use the
Dior lash primer,
right, for my mascara, and then I'm using the MAC Zoom lash. Okay. But
have you gotten this benefit one yet?
I haven't gotten it yet. I don't know why. I was at Sephora this week. I always forget. Like, okay, so I'm a scatterbrain.
You got to keep like notes.
I know, but you have all these wonderful like apps that you use to remind yourself. Can you share? Can you help me organize my life?
You know what? It's crazy because the only thing I don't forget are like beauty products. I can like forget my life, but like I'm like, I want that benefit mascara. Like it doesn't leave my head.
And so I was there yesterday. Because like I went and picked up some Fenty, and I'm like, there's this nagging feeling like I'm forgetting something, it was a mascara.
Did they have any body lava? Because I've been waiting for this body lava and I can't seem to get it anywhere.
I didn't spend too much time in this section because it's insanity. It's like you're fighting like teenagers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my regimen. I'm a huge blush girl. So, put on some rouge. I put on some highlighter today.
What rouge? Do you like rouge? That's so old school. Rouge is like rouge is like granny blush.
I'm like 85 years old.
You're like currently 92.
I know, right? I put on. It depends on the day, but I stick to MAC rouge. I like. They have. I forget the names of it now. Of course, it's like failing me now. But I have like a pinky one, and I have one that's kind of a brick color. Mm-hmm. But they're both pretty natural. Kind of a natural rouge as opposed to it being.
No, it's really interesting because I feel like MAC has a lot of pigment in their products. Right. But for me, when I put it on, it's so thick. Yeah. But on you, it looks like effortless and like glowy. Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously you have to chalk it up to like different skin types.
Right.
And things like that.
And different skin tones. Right. So so I love there too. And then, for highlighter, I'm using Fenty today, but I also they have this highlighter called Joy Toy, ironically, that I love.
MAC does.
Okay. And I put that everywhere. I put it like on the high cheekbones, and nose bridge, and a little bit on, but yeah, and that's my regimen. I'm out the door. I gloss depends on the day. But typically it's like something, without too much pigment, just gives me a nice highlight. Today I think I have on actually lipstick. I think I have on Taupe by MAC, and then on top of it I have one of their chubby sticks.
Oh, nice.
But it's easy. It's
Yeah.
just kind of natural, right?
And it stayed. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's still on.
But what about you? Because I know that. You're right. You are like the goal, right? So I'm like baby, like baby products, and like Leah's like.
No.
This is where you
There's
need
now
to be.
55 things on my face today. Thank you very much.
Like effortless. I wish sometimes this is like a video so you can see this effortless masterpiece in front of me.
So I'm not going to do the everyday because if I, like I work out a lot of mornings and then I'm just like kind of just like rushing and out. But if I'm at home.
Don't tell me. I'll shoot myself if you worked out today. Did you work out today?
I did not work out.
Okay. All right. Sheesh.
Today I did not.
I'm like, this show, I just came from the gym looking and I had whisk in. I always tease you because I'm always like, you don't just show up, you arrive.
Ridiculous.
We were meeting some sitting at what's that, La Serena,
okay,
and so the maitre d' is like, I don't think you guys has arrived. Have you seen her? I'm like, no. I'm like, but you were right about one thing. When she shows up, you will know it's her because she will arrive.
You're ridiculous.
And then you came in and you were like, and they were like, here she is. I told you.
I think I had like extra flowy stuff on.
No, it was excellent. I love it. I so enjoy it. Like, you feel like a vacation all the time. So tell me, what's your regimen?
Oh my goodness. So I've recently started double cleansing, which is sort of a method of cleansing your face where you start with like an oil cleanser that breaks down like the makeup on your face, it removes makeup, oil, dirt, that sort of thing. And then you can use another cleanser. I only do that at night. And so I use the Tatcha cleansing oil.
I've heard of this, yeah.
And I started using it because I started using that Benefit mascara, and it's waterproof and nothing takes it off. I tried to take the day off from Clinique, all these other things. It wasn't taking it off. And I also don't like to rub a cotton ball on my eyes.
You want to rub the eye area.
You don't want to
really
rub the eye area at all. So
right.
The oil you can just kind of like actually massage with your fingers into your lashes. So you feel like you're not just like making a mess of your face, like rubbing your face too much. So I do that, and then I follow with micellar water. And so micellar water, we were just talking about.
Yeah. Because I'm just finding out about this micellar water. So can you please?
So micellar water is a way of cleansing. And actually, last summer I was having like a lot of skin problems, and all I started using was micellar water to cleanse my face. And micellar water is sort of the suspension of like purified water with moisturizing ingredients like glycerin. And other surfactants. And like surfactants are what sort of break up, like when you're, washing your dishes, and like you used to see that commercial where they like squeeze it and like the oil like kind of breaks apart. They squeeze it. So that was a surfactant. I think. Yeah. I don't know. Quote me on that.
Yeah. But maybe any kind of, it's a great, I guess, thing to kind of like, if you want a visual for what it actually does, if you picture any like dishwashing liquid and how they like on the commerciurs, they squirt it in, and then
you know exactly.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. So it's a great way.
These those surfactants join together. The molecules of them join together, and they're called micelles, and they basically stick to the dirt and oil and makeup and stuff that's on your face. And so you can just take a cotton pad and saturate it with this micellar water and wipe your face, and it doesn't feel, it feels clean afterwards, but you don't feel stripped. And you don't feel oily. It just feels like a really nice, clean surface.
That sounds amazing.
So I
need some.
Yeah, so that's so post Tatcha oil.
Which one do you use?
I use one by this brand called Bioderma.
Okay.
I use the sensitive skin one. And I love that one. But there's like now, people are getting crazy with micellar water because it's like a trend extraordinaire. So now they're doing like micellar water shampoos and stuff. I saw. It's getting out of control. But I do like it as like a wipe, to wipe down your face. And that's sort of my tone. I don't use a toner. I actually don't even really know. I should probably know better about toners, but I just don't believe in them.
You actually even need it. Look at your skin.
No, so there's that. Then I started using this line called The Ordinary. So The Ordinary
is
like
what you got in Canada.
Yeah. So because of having so many sensitivities, I love this line. One, because it's just like chemically the ingredients that you need broken down. And if you look at their website, they even have like studies that show, like they have the percentage of skin improvement. Like they have all sorts of facts on the website.
You get it here.
You can get it here.
You actually bought it in Canada.
They have it at Sephora. They have certain They have certain ones in Sephora.
Oh, really?
And they have certain ones at Ricky's.
Okay.
But you can also order online, and like literally there are serums for $6. This serum that I use is $16.
Now, which serum do you use?
I use one called Buffet. So because of the sensitivities, I use a lot of peptides. So peptides are really great at boosting collagen, but you have to be consistent about them. And because it's so cheap, I put it on my neck. That's what I love about, because like, you totally neglect your neck.
Right.
No one does anything for their neck, and then they're like 50 and they're like, what happened to my neck?
And you have so many examples. You're like, oh my God.
I know. I'm thinking I might start lowering it to like décolleté, right? How do you say it?
I'm not going to say it again.
I was like, wait, I'm not even going to.
I'm no way I'm repeating that again.
Sorry, excuse
my
us
very
for a second.
not well traveled Queen's accent. It reminds me of the time that I went to Paris. I was like, can you tell me where the Champs-Élysées is? And it was like the guy at the cab driver was like, Champs-Élysées, and I was like, yeah, Champs. Take me to Champs. Take me to Champs.
Ooh, take me to Champs.
Take me to Champs.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway,
all right,
I'm not saying that again. So say it again.
I forget even what I'm talking about. So okay,
I'm gonna go lower down into.
I'll put on the top of my chest is what I'm gonna call that right now. So. But going back, I love this line, The Ordinary. They have a lot of different things. So I'm using this Buffet peptide one on my whole face, and then they have this one that has argireline something, and I use that around the eye area. And they have like studies that show it's good for like dynamic folding of the skin, which is to say like when you crinkle your eyes or you scrunch your forehead, it helps to get rid of those types of lines. So I put that like eye and forehead, and then the other one elsewhere. And then
you've had no reaction to these?
No, these are good, and there's no fruits, there's no like smell, there's nothing, it's just, and then, I told you I smack my face, I push it into my face, and then I smack my face.
So you smack the Buffet peptide. You
so
smack
ridiculous.
the Buffet peptides into your face.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I first push it in, like I don't. So I learned in Paris actually when I was getting a facial. She's like, you never rub the lotion on your face. You push it into your skin.
You push it right.
Push
okay.
it in. So I
push it in first, and then you
and
smack.
Then I smack.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know it's a lot.
I would pay good money to see you kind of like smack.
My daughter's like, what are you doing in the mornings?
And she will do the same thing.
So then after that, I use Zellen's eye cream. It's also a triple peptide eye cream that reduces dark circles, wrinkles, and puffiness. So I love that one. And then I use a By Terry Rose Day Cream. So, rose is just really, my skin loves rose. So rose is just such a natural anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
And also there's antioxidants in the oils.
Does it have a scent? I mean,
it smells like rose. It smells like that hand cream that I showed you earlier. It smells like rose.
So the perfumes don't bother your skin?
No, rose, because it's natural. It's like rose. It's not like an extra perfume. It's like from...
So which one is that? Which one is
By Terry.
Oh, By Terry.
Mm-hmm, is the name of the brand. You can get it at Space NK. Right. Or online, and I use that Rose Day Cream.
Okay.
Then,
sheesh.
Then I told you there's like 55. So
I love it because you should see the product. I mean, so listen, audience. I know you can't see it. I need to post a picture of you today, but ultimately, all of these things make sense.
They do make sense.
All 50 steps, and you'll have a face like this.
No, that's ridiculous. Okay, so then starts makeup.
Right.
And I actually start with something that I sometimes occasionally use without a foundation afterwards, but it's the Dr. Perricone No Foundation Serum.
Which you put me on to. I love that. Right.
I really like it. It has a light SPF in it, so, and it has sort of an evening and kind of not mattifying, but a smoothing kind of thing that it does.
Okay.
And reflects light really well. And so then, so that's sort of my first step. Then I use the Becca Aqua Luminous Foundation, which to me, I just like dewy foundations.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice, because you're going to put blush over it and bronzer, and that's going to like bring down. I don't use powder.
It gives you enough of a coverage.
It's medium coverage. It's not full coverage, but it's medium coverage. And I just love that foundation. It just goes on perfectly. And I still feel like you can see your skin through it. So it's not like total,
Right.
And then for my eyes, I use a By Terry. So a By Terry eye pencil in black. I think it's the blackest black, and it doesn't oxidize and turn gray on you, which a lot of liners for me do.
Okay.
And then And then I use the Dior primer and the Benefit. They have a new mascara.
Okay.
That's really
and the Benefit is so good. It's so good. Oh my goodness. What is this? What's the name? Can we get the name on the record?
Yeah, so they had the Bad Gal line, but this is called Bad Gal Bang. And apparently the substances that they're using in it like are weightless. So you get a ton of curl and like a featheriness.
And you have to see
it's great.
lashes.
I think it's really
so
great.
good. Oh my gosh.
And then I use a Glossier like cheek tint.
Right, which is that's what you have on today?
I have that. I have a By Terry blush, and then I have the Charlotte Tilbury Bronzing Glow.
All today?
All three.
But it doesn't. It looks so light.
I know. It's just like effort to look effortless, you know. So yeah. So I do a liquid blush first, or like a tint, because then when you put your blush on, it sticks to it.
Makes sense.
And holds it. So, and the By Terry blush, again, though, is a very sheer blush. If you have a very pigmented blush, that would look kind of crazy. So I do that. And then I blend like temples. I guess I never knew this was contouring when I was doing it, but it was more to make it not look like I just have like blush on one piece of my face. And so I love the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow because there's like two. Have you seen Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow?
I haven't.
So there's like two compartments. I'm just going to open it for you. Right. And you have this compartment, which is the, and this is light, obviously for you, it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
but I think they may have more colors. But so this one is sort of my bronzer, and then this is my highlighter.
Love it.
And so I just, I dust
and it's
that.
Beautiful. The packaging is beautiful.
Packaging
it's all,
is
like,
gorgeous.
Rose gold, gorgeous. Okay.
Yeah. And then the highlighter I just do here, pretty much at the top of my cheekbones and my temples, and then down the bridge of my nose. Just
so
like,
good,
like you do.
You guys have to see this.
And then I showed you a little bit earlier, but I bought a Chantecaille lipstick.
Yeah,
and then I put that on.
Which is so pretty too.
Yeah, called Lip Sleek.
Gorgeous. All right, and then we have to do a hair one. We have to talk about everything. This is so good. Did you actually?
I did because yesterday I washed my hair and I don't blow dry my hair very much at all. So I had let it go, and it just, with the humidity today, it was just looking crazy, and I just had to like twist it up. I have a meeting coming up, so I had to twist it up a little bit.
It's great. It's excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome. So now we know, right? I know part of the reason why you're awesome. And so,
well, I mean, look at your regimen. Like we both sit here.
Yeah,
we put a lot of effort into our skincare.
Well, we
but
try.
We have to,
as we get older, it's just different. You know, things are changing. So I used to be able just to kind of go on and put some, rub some gloss on my lips and keep it pushing.
That was you. That was not me.
Yeah,
I was never doing that.
Well, then kids come, dark circles come, and So anyway, so that's what we do, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll put all the products that we discussed on our social. But that concludes another episode of Radiance and Rosé with Joy
and Aaliyah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out on IG and Facebook, and subscribe on iTunes and Podbean.
Keep glowing.
Thanks for listening. To keep up with new episodes, hit subscribe. For info on products or topics we've discussed, hop on over to our Instagram or Facebook page at Radiance and Rosé.